Hello and welcome to another video from Honey Nails. This video is going to be on airbrush pigments. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. So today I'm going to be showing you how I come up with my airbrush designs and my press-on nail design. So the first thing that I do is I just lay out the nails that I'm going to be working with, and I put them on the stand. Today we're going to be working with some high pigment colors. I purchased these pigment colors from AliExpress. They're very high pigmented if you want to make some junk nails. So this is what I call junk nails. I'm going to make some today. And I'm going to be drawing on these nails with pure white gel polish. We're also going to be doing some airbrushing, some freestyle, argyle airbrushing. So just in case if I make mistakes, I always set out 2 sets of nails. I use clear tapered ballerinas for this set. This is a set of nails that I'm going to be making for myself. So I hope that you enjoy this video. My airbrush machine. Yes, I've been airbrushing for a while. When I first bought my airbrush machine back in the 90s, airbrush machines were like $400. I bought that airbrush machine on Amazon for like $50. Okay, so things have changed a lot since then. And I showed you some airbrush stencils. I think they were like $15 for like 30 stencils. So to start out with the pigment, there are 2 different ways that you can apply your pigment. You can do it with a makeup applicator, or you can use a makeup sponge. So today we're going to be using a makeup applicator. These are some beautiful colors, as you can see. Nice, vibrant colors. So first you definitely want to polish. Put some gel on the nails. I put 2 coats of white gel polish on the nail. After I did that, I cleaned the nail off, and then I put some foundation or some base coat on it, because you're definitely going to want to do that if you want the pigment to stick. Now the pigment will go on without putting on gel base coat or foundation coat, whatever you want to use. I have tried it without it, and it really doesn't show up as high pigmented as it is right now, especially on the white. So I'm just doing little dabs here and there. I'm doing like random, very random, almost like a cow print all over the nail. Just random, 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 random. I'm not even thinking about it. I love to do junk nails on myself and on my clients if they let me just do whatever I want to do on a set of press-ons. But let's just do random hot pigment today. I'm going to be doing some hot pink. As you can see, it's such a beautiful color. And I'm going to be doing a high blue pigment color, and green, and a yellow. I'm going to make my thumbs a little different, so I'm going to do them later. You'll see what I did later on the thumbs. But just remember that this pigment powder can be used as makeup as well. So you could go to your local drugstore or Walmart or wherever you get your makeup from, Sephora. If you have some makeup that you're not using, you could definitely use it as a pigment powder on the nails. Same pigment powder that you would use on your face is the same pigment powder that they use on their nails, even when it comes down to glitter. Okay, so I'm using the high pigment pink first. I always say go from dark to light or light to dark. So I am going for my dark colors first, and then my light color will be my yellow, which will be the last color that I will use. And then I'm going to airbrush over top of this with white. And I'm going to be using, not a stencil actually. I got like some some things from the grocery store, and I was looking at it and I said, you know what, I could use this for a nail stencil. So later on you'll see that. But you can basically use anything for a stencil, a card. You can cut paper. You could use fabric. You could use lace. You could use any of that. You could even use your fingerprint if you want to, if you know how to. Cut out circles and squares and airbrush inside of it. You know, when you do an airbrush, there's so many different ways that you could use your imagination. So let me encourage you all, if you want to try some airbrushing and you haven't tried it before, let me encourage you that there are many different ways to do it. I say there's not a wrong way unless you're just a splatter queen, which I'm going to show you a little later how airbrush paint does splatter depending on what type of paint that you're using. Today I'm going to be using acrylic paint, which is really not airbrush paint, but you can use acrylic paint for airbrushing. You just have to dilute it with some water. So just remember that, shake it up really, really well. I would use 1 part acrylic to 2 parts water, and depending on how translucent you want your airbrush to turn out, then you make up your mind from there. All right, so now you see this beautiful blue, which is one of my favorite colors. I love to use blue when it comes down to pigments. It just brings it out so beautifully. So as you can see, I'm just dabbing it on. I'm making a complete mess because that's what I want to do. But if you want to be a little neater, I would suggest that you shake off your brush every time before you put it on there. Otherwise, you won't have the little pieces falling on the nail. White definitely will show anything mistakes that you use. Any little mistake, including your fingerprints, will show up on white. Now if you want to, you can use a black gel, and then you could airbrush white, and then you could put your pigment powders on top of it. So that's how you do a reverse. So maybe I'll do that next time. I'll show you how to do a reverse junk nail. It's just what I call it. You can call it whatever you want to. This is my art. This is just the way I do it. So as you can see right now, it's coming out really cute. I could have left it like this, but you know me. I like to overdo my nails, obviously. This set that I have on right now, I did a little demonstration on that in the previous video. If you would like to see how I put the cuts and grooves into the nails. I call them puzzle nails. Plus, they have like cuts on the side, and of course, they're like C-curve at the tip. Now, I'm just going to warn you, you cannot pick up anything with these nails. That's why I always have some type of card at my disposal, just in case if I drop some change on the floor. Definitely don't want to look clumsy and fumbling around when you're trying to pick up things with these nails. So I kept these nails on for a couple of days, and then I cut them off. I do my nails I would say twice a week. I go in between acrylics and press-ons. Okay, so now I want to do the next set and put some blue. I'm going to put some green in it. But you can use your pigments any way you want to. It's all in your creativity. I don't have a thought process when it comes down to doing my own sets. I just put some colors on the table and just go for it, and whatever my mind goes with, I go with that. I don't even try to think about it, because if I try to figure out a pattern on how I want to do my own nails, it never comes out that way. It always comes out looking like something else. So I just learned over time to not even think about it. Just pat, just pat. You don't have to do it this way. You could actually rub it on the whole entire nail. You could cover the nail with pink. And this is a great way to do ombres if you don't know how to do ombres. Like I said, you start from dark to light and light to dark, or you could start with your dark color in the middle and then light on each corner, or you could just dot it up any way you want to. I was doing it this way because when I get ready to do the airbrush argyle, I want these colors to show through and peekaboo through. So let us know in the comments below if you are interested in getting your own press-on nail business. It's very lucrative. I must say that it is. I'm in the process of working on my website right now, so my website is down. So, because I'm putting some new products up there, and I don't like it to be unfinished. So, as soon as my website is up and running again, I will let you know. And if you would like to purchase and order a pair of beautifully done press-on nails from Honey Nails, then you could let us know. Otherwise, you could send your inquiries to our Gmail address at honeynail9@gmail.com, or you could always go on to our Instagram page and Insta message us from there at Honey Doll Nails. Okay, now the green is going on. Isn't this green such a beautiful green? Oh, I just love it. I'm just so in love with these colors. Like I said, I could have just left it just like this and put some clear on it and went on with it. But my mind just was like, no, let's just do more. Let's just do more. So after you are finished with putting on the pigment, it is my suggestion that you tap off the excess before you take a duster or a blush brush and brush off the excess. Otherwise, you're going to have streaks. And that's another reason why I say to put it on using gel base coat or gel base coat foundation, because that way it will stick directly to it. So now we're getting like a tie-dye effect. So I'm just tapping it off just a little bit. Now, if you wanted to use the makeup sponge, you could tap it or you could rub it on. You could rub it on diagonally or horizontally, or you could do both, any way you want to do it, to make your own random design. Come up with your own random design. It is okay to go onto Pinterest and Instagram and copy everybody else's work, but that's really not showing anyone how original you are. So when I do my nail designs, I try to be as original as I can. Now, I do have people that do send me pictures and I recreate other people's work. I do, but I'll let them know, listen, you got to let me get creative a little bit on how I put my stones on. I don't want to be directly plagiarizing anybody's design. So I have done other people's designs on Instagram. Yes, I have. On Facebook. Yes, I have. On Pinterest. Yes, I have. And I have posted some of those things on my Instagram page. But it's just, to me, it's not showing your creativity. Because anybody can copy. But can you copy it and make it better? Can you copy it and make it yours? That's the point I'm trying to make. Next month is December. We're going to be having classes on how you make your own acrylic line, how you make your own products, how you make your own logos, how you brand yourself. That's a class that I have been trying to put together, but I've been a little busy. So definitely next month into January, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to do a little series of 5 to 7 videos showing you how to make your own acrylics, how to make your own gel polishes, how to come up with your logos, how to use some things online that are free, how to come up with your own websites, because that's where the money's at. The money is in branding yourself. Okay, so now what you want to do after you finish that is you definitely want to put on some base coat again. Of course you do, because if you mess up your design, you have to start it all over again. So when you put on base coat, you're just sealing in what you have done prior. All right, so now I have some Malar, and I'm going to show you what happens if you try to put Malar on. It just doesn't stick very good. So what I use is I try to get a little bit of gel, a little bit of base coat on the side, because I want a heavy Malar. And then I grab my applicator brush. I will stick it in a little, just a little tad there. Grab some Malar. Now you can see how I've got it up there. Just randomly placing it where I want it to be. I want these nails to look a mess, because when I get ready to airbrush them, it's going to definitely change totally what you're looking at right now. And again, I could have left them like this because they do look good the way they are, but all right, so just put that on randomly where you want it to be. This is Mylar. Mylar comes in different color flakes. This one that I'm using is a blue and green flake. And I'm going to put that all over the whole set of 10. And then after that, right now I'm using Blue Velvet Gel Polish So-Called Foundation, which is basically base coat, but it's a little thicker than the average base coat. So you just want to gently put a healthy amount up there, and be sure to wipe off your brush because you don't want to put this stuff inside the jar. Okay, so just going to wipe the sides off. Okay, I'm going to put that under the dryer and let that cure 30 seconds. Okay, so here you see I have done the whole set. Just randomly put it on there. All right, and now we're getting ready for airbrushing. I'm going to use white airbrush paint. Like I said, it is acrylic paint that I mix with a little bit of water. Just make sure that you have your base coat on there and everything is wiped off, because otherwise it'll be so sticky you won't be able to move. So I put it in a transfer tube. Okay, so this is what I'm using. You can get this, I think I had some tomatoes in it or something like that, the mesh. Just lay it over top in just enough, not too much. And I'm just going to airbrush over this lightly. Now, as you can see the splatter back, that's what happens when you're dealing with acrylic paint. You get those little chunks in there. That's why I say you want to put some water in there, shake it up, and gently push on the airbrush trigger. Back and forth, just a little, just a little. So I'm going to show you how I get the argyle effect. Now you can see how it looks now. That's why I said all that throwing it together really does bring it together in the end when you get ready to airbrush it. So I'm just going to airbrush 3 on camera. I'm going to do the rest off camera, and then I'm going to show you the reveal. Now when you're airbrushing, you definitely want to make sure that the nail is stable, or if you're airbrushing somebody's hand, you want to make sure that your client is stable. Otherwise, you're going to get the double effect. unless that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for the double effect, then it's good. If you're not, then you could always wipe it off and start it over. That's why I said always put some type of sealant before you airbrush, just in case if you make a mistake, you can wipe it off. You don't have to wipe off everything you just did. All right, so my Argyle nails are looking good. All right, now we're ready for the reveal. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Nail Designs with Honey Doll Nails. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you would like more videos like this. And again, thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful day.